No. Nope. Nope, nope, nope.
Welcome back, everyone, to Third Street Reactions. I'm Zach.
Shane.
And we are back with The Rings of Power, Season 2, Episode 3. Now, I will admit, I was mistaken about Círdan.
Who?
Because he's the old elf. The one that looks like an old man. Who was
Ciarán Hinds?
Círdan.
Why are they so similar?
Because one guy's his actual fucking name, and the other one is a name that Tolkien made up. Anyway, Círdan is described in actually in Lord of the Rings in the last chapter as being old and gray.
The actual, the original.
The
trilogy.
old elf.
Okay.
Yeah, he's
the handsome man.
Yeah, he's described as being old and gray.
The guy who,
which is weird because they don't go into that detail with a lot of other elves that were pretty old.
Yeah.
And other areas of the lore that I recall.
I remember because I really liked that first episode, and I told my son, he's like, "When's that show come back, by the way, the Lord of the Rings?" I'm like, "Well, it's The Rings of Power, and it's already back." Exactly. He's like, "What? I want to be in it." I'm like, "Well, with your schedule, I can't wait. I just can't wait for you. You know what I mean? Because we gotta get this up soon."
Yeah.
But I told him the first two episodes to me were some of the best episodes out of everything in the first and second season. Before we jump in, if you want to support us, check us out on Patreon. But make sure if you do, come back here to hear our post talk. Let's jump in.
Look at these ugly motherfuckers.
Don't be afraid, four legs.
Jeez Louise.
You see, that horse wouldn't be anything for that thing to drag into this.
And there's the Black Forest. Nothing comes out of there alive.
It's like the hyenas, you know? Like, they just let Simba run away out of spite.
It'd be like the fucking never-ending story, man.
Yeah.
Doesn't this horse die in there?
Yeah, it sinks in the
Yeah.
swamp.
One thing I liked about that movie.
A wolf.
That and The Rock.
Talks real slow.
Yeah.
Kind of like the tree people.
Oh, the spiders fucking got his ass. Look at him.
What?
Squelching.
That is awful.
That is the same sound effect that when...
What is that?
What's his name? Got his head cut off in Black Sails.
I would bite my tongue, bleed out. No.
Nope.
Nope, nope, nope.
This asshole.
I just hate.
So desperate to kill somebody, you fucking, even though you're in a spider's den,
Yeah.
you're still gonna try to kill him.
Like the Bloods of the Crips. Oh my god. Jeez
Okay.
Louise. I think it'd be hard for that spider to move without making noise. But again, lions don't make noise, so.
Yeah.
That is just... Break them. Break those things. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, yeah, we got at least Lord of the Rings are poisonous. Venomous. Yeah, I forgot. Damn, that was a really good scene. I just hate spiders, man.
Yeah, the bugs, man. It's like Kong.
Haven Harry Potter. Haven the Lord of the Rings, the third movie. I know.
You speak so freely of dead kings, yet you refuse to utter your own son's name. In yourself, but you needn't. True blame belongs to another.
Well, Fair's on. Look at him.
Yeah. Take this reverse wedding.
What do you see?
Seems Lord Belzegar has come to pay his respects.
Does Farason have his ear, or is it the other way round?
The latter.
So she's really wary of him.
Is this how we repay our fallen?
It's only the beginning of our mourning. My son.
That's just some citizen?
Women. Look at him.
Like Jesus.
I didn't hear you come in.
Looking at a cup half filled with wine he drunk the night before. Seemed a betrayal.
Why are you
Both
here?
it's wine that poisoned him, though.
Show me what you hide behind your back.
Nothing, cousin.
Crimson for Numenor's future, or white her past. The coronation.
Like rolling
My
timber.
father wore white. That's all I can recall. That and an eagle.
It is rare for an eagle to grace the coronation. I'm partial to the red. Show the people you are a new kind of ruler for a new day.
Why laugh? It's the truth.
It is the ale talking. It would be wise to lower its voice.
All the same, the boy's not wrong. Much of this land still believes that yours were the better claim. After many years of warmongering,
It is hardly enough to supplant a queen.
Queen Regent, the blind one.
What if someone knew a way to turn many into enough? You might be afraid of what could happen.
There is nothing to fear at this table, my child.
They are in.
Did you just insult my father?
No, I believe I insulted you. I bled with the Queen on the battlefield. Watched her walk into an inferno to save lives.
Yeah.
Try and save her brother's life. You speak ill of the Queen again. It'll be you suffers and fell with you. I made myself plain.
But yeah, you feel in control.
Well, did we settle this through other means?
The dad's just smiling.
Plain enough for today.
What if she's
I found something.
resentful about her brother?
Something
Where's she gonna find
secret.
it? She looked.
Something forbidden.
She already knew that room was there. Never mind. Palantir's gone.
So she took the Palantir?
May have. It's a pretty powerful item.
I mean, I think the king and queen could have whatever they want, though.
Told me Sauron was dead. Let us leave him that way.
They're gonna eat the baby.
Yeah.
Damrod!
I like that he was recast. This guy's pretty.
I like him, yeah. You're supposed to be killing orcs?
I gather you received our message.
Where is Sauron?
Rings. One for each of Middle-earth's most powerful dwarf lords. They shall be rings of power. Power to heal your mountain.
If we provide you with a steady supply, is that the sum of it?
Yes.
A generous offer, Lord Celebrimbor. But why not take it to our king?
My father and I are no longer on speaking terms.
That's why they were fighting, right?
You sooner can...
We summoned you here to help you.
Man, he sounds different.
Who exactly are you?
Yes, forgive me. This is a friend. The elves.
And where's Elrond?
Lindom's restoration demands his full attention. Elrond said that you were the wisest of all the dwarves.
Did he speak true?
Or is there someone else we should be treating with?
Might we have a wee moment to mull it over?
I am
Certainly.
afraid.
Take whatever time you need.
His impatience is not carrying out the deception very well. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whatever that Undertone is, he doesn't know Elrond from a hole in the ground.
How do you know?
Because Elrond would never say such nice things about me.
You'd sooner let our entire mountain roast and rot than have to say you were sorry. Either you bring news of this to your father, or I will.
Supposing your High King were to discover... No, I should not. Speak plain. Your High King believes the dwarves to be unworthy of this power. In fact, he has forbidden the forging of any more rings at all.
I don't know if I would say that.
Well, what business is it of his how I conduct myself in my own realm?
Is he like a ruler here?
Countless lives are at
He's
risk.
the guy here.
We have not the time to bandy words about convincing him who is worthy of aid. I am congratulating the High King and telling him that I'm closing up the forge.
That's a pretty good lie.
You would lie to your High King?
Yeah, that's smart.
I would grant us the space to complete our work. I have spent an age preparing for this. I've studied, I've reached the very height of my craft. This is my moment. Now, he will not take it away.
One of those.
Well, like a fucking...
There's a word for it, like some degrading word. It's not cutthroat.
There's a highwayman. Ah!
Sorry, I'm so sorry. I thought you were an orc.
Doesn't even breathe like an orc.
Because it's dust, it's dirty environments, man.
They're more like pugs. They're just ill-bred and they have fucking nostril problems.
What if you nicked an artery?
Let me pull it out.
The worst feeling ever.
You're meant to leave it in.
Was I?
Yes, whenever you're stabbed, you're meant to leave it in.
I've never been stabbed before.
Oh, neither have I.
We headed for the ridgeline.
The survivors will be waiting for us when we made camp. My father, too.
I think you may have missed them.
You've already been there, haven't you?
How the hell is his ass gonna get back?
There's a path marked.
Kir. You're hoping to find kin as well.
My betrothed.
Yeah, his ass gonna be dead.
Don't.
Could like a
These
trap.
might be highwaymen.
Yeah.
Orcs.
They left him alive.
Jesus, how's he gonna eat up with those teeth?
Damn it!
There, dear.
Oh, I love this
There
guy.
it is. His intro.
Good.
My horse. I can't abandon him.
Settle your own affairs as seems you best.
Have my own to attend to.
And Bronwyn.
Shit, she's dead?
They couldn't get her back this season. Yeah, it's a here.
Damn.
Right there, Bronwyn. My son.
Celebrimbor claims these rings will give us the power to solve our dilemma.
Is that all you've come to say?
I was wrong to disrespect you. I'm sorry.
You look terrible. Miners have calloused fists.
Their punches land hard.
Wait till your children grow up.
This power in Eregion, I don't trust it. To try and cheat death might lead to an even greater catastrophe.
What do you know of Beleriand?
That they're drinking water? So I don't think that'd be... Yeah, hope not.
I was born there. Now it lies under the wave. I felt such anger toward Morgoth that I felt most anger towards myself.
Did you ever know my father?
No.
Neither did I. He wasn't you. And he everything you were to me is ashes now.
But why?
He's angry. He's a boy.
Yeah, I know.
He's
but...
irrational.
It's not a fountain. It's an aqueduct. Supposed to bring water into your homes.
Men can't build things like that.
Isn't that named after Aquinas?
In Numenor we can.
If it's so grand, why'd you leave?
Heard there were grander things in Middle-earth.
Do you really want your horse back? Meet me here tonight.
Nice. I was 10 when I lost my mother. Swam out further than I was supposed to. She drowned.
It's hard for me to ever forget myself to have survivors. I mean, to get rid of that survivor's guilt, right?
Back home, nobody knows. Nobody knows it was my fault. Since I felt bound to try and do something singular. Something special.
There you go. It's building up for when he takes the ring.
To try and find a way to earn what she did.
I don't know if you can earn a thing like that. You just have to accept it. As a gift. One she gave freely because you were precious to her.
He's the one who lived. The boy who lived.
Yeah. Now I'm wondering. Damn it!
You burn it off.
Oh. That's a good thing then.
Still bits of it showing when she takes it off there. What's this?
Imagine banging her dog and he's oh fuck! You see that thing? Kind of weird.
Someone's out there.
God damn you! Really?
Show your fire.
Hold him!
It's a pretty far throw for an axe. It works. To the control. Oh, but it ends.
Oh, he wasn't chopping trees.
I forgot we saw them in the trailer.
I don't even remember him.
Yeah, he's wearing the red. Looks like he's ready to pounce on something.
Yeah.
Queen of Lies!
I hear your sorrow. And your anger. Ask yourself this. For whom do you cry out?
For Isildur.
On
With his dying words, the king spoke to me.
God damn you, woman.
And said it was from this.
How a profile, but still.
She took counsel. This elf stone is your queen!
Silence!
Ooh.
It's loud.
Just one shatter.
No one fell off the fucking Isengard.
Lies.
Oh God.
Numenor's true ruler would never place trust in an elvish artifact.
The Palantir is mine. We need it.
Why?
Kill her.
Fucking works.
Illegal.
Ooh. That's a good omen, right? Pretty fucking awesome looking.
Fucking poacher from Rescuers Down Under be after that fucking thing.
Yeah, he would.
Joanna!
You sound just like him. Yeah, he's a great bad guy too, yeah. You don't
Bite your ass.
You don't want to pet him.
Hers just like, what?
Is that what it's doing?
I wonder what would draw it there.
They say they
I mean, they're intelligent.
They say they come to coronations.
He has to touch it.
Why?
So he's getting his work in there.
Oh. I guess that makes sense.
Because the elven rings were untouched by his hand.
What does that mean?
Casting his magic on it, man.
So the elven rings were untouched by his hand? What does that mean?
Like he didn't get in there and cast any of his hoodoo shit on.
I mean, he was there for like a...
Yeah, but he did not do what he just did to those.
Okay.
And,
that makes you respect him even more.
Narsil. Well, it's Reforged as Narsil.
I kind of like him even more now, because he's not just a snobby, shitty guy.
He's an asshole, but he's cool. Yeah, but they fight Sauron, they beat him, and then Isildur comes up and cuts the fucking ring off his hand.
Okay.
And
that's kind of cool. So, all right. So, we like you said, he wants to do something epic and singular.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's like kind of paving the way. I imagine.
Yeah, no, I think
why he keeps the ring and that, and it's kind of like a keepsake after his father died.
Yeah, before that, the first season I just didn't love the character, and maybe he's close home to me. I feel like he's trying to make more of himself, and I think there's like people betting against him based on his previous actions. Seems like a bit of a slacker.
He's a fuck up.
Yeah, but I think that's cool, and I mean. I want to see him grow, but it just, I saw him, I was like, oh, fuck.
You brought up aqueduct.
Yeah.
In language.
Yeah.
All right, now I think there comes a point in time where just for the ease of...
Yeah, we got to use our language to communicate a story.
Yeah, so there's not going to be a base for all the language and words that he uses. Now, there's a lot of things in there that, if I remember correctly, he does substitute for, like, a wagon is still a fucking wagon.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like a cart's still a cart.
That's a good point,
A pony's still a pony. Like, they might say that it's, he ties it in there somewhere between, like, man speech.
Yeah.
Where all his influences come from.
Yeah.
But ultimately... there's certain aspects of it. It's like a cart's not called a
Can't think of anything.
I don't know. It's just a hoopy. Yeah. It's not the hoopy. So yeah, it's not like shit like that. So
I guess it's because I feel like this is supposed to be our prehistory. Our language could have came from them.
Well, it's like any story. It's like a story if you write a science fiction story.
Yeah.
Okay. All these people speaking Galactic Basic in Star Wars. Mm-hmm. All those fucking words are words that are spoken in English.
Yeah, I mean,
so a bunch of Anglo-Saxons
go
were
to
found
hell
out there in
and
space.
Stuff like that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they just, it is what it is.
Yeah, you're right.
I liked it. I liked it for the, kind of building up the depth of the lore. Like Arondir spoke of Beleriand, and that was destroyed in the First Age in the war with Morgoth.
Yeah.
So like all that land was just laid waste.
I feel like I want to see the Morgoth
when the Valar
stuff
showed up
at some point. Yeah.
Well, now he's kind of the, Sauron. We're getting a face from him and character from him and all this. Hey, man, how's it going? And like making rings and and Morgoth is now the the name in the dark.
Yeah.
And that's what he becomes in Numenor later, and you're going to find out later when Sauron's taken prisoner.
Okay.
And things of that nature. They've obviously fast-tracked some things. I don't remember Pharazôn coming to power so soon, but they live for a very long time.
Yeah.
Numenorians do.
Okay. Because they're part elves.
Yeah.
So is...
the blessing of long life, though, I thought. I'm very sure one of their ancestors was a half-elf, at least.
Okay.
I think he was still a human, but one of his parentage, or I can't fucking remember. Either way, they were blessed for their services for helping the elves in the wars with longer life. So it's not just because they're half elf that they can live longer. They were blessed with it.
I know it's not the intention of the show to make us think this, but Arondir, who lost Bronwyn because the actress didn't come back. Bronwyn, I'm sorry. Yeah. I like that character. I like how brave she was, and being in a poor, shitty world where most of the time it's men committing violent acts against other men and other weaker people, right?
Yeah.
She stepped up. Mm-hmm. And inspired, bravery. I thought that was cool.
I like the actress too.
Yeah, I like the actress.
Shame she didn't come back.
Yeah, I liked her too. But it does something cool for Arondir's character, and for Theon in a way. It definitely leaves a lot for them to resolve.
Well, it took away that love story.
It did take away the love story.
But now you have Isildur's interests with this other chick, Estrid. But then, of course,
but she's also
she's a servant of Adar.
Yeah, but she's burning the mark away, right?
Well, we covered it up.
Oh, okay.
I mean, she was talking about how she feels like survivor's guilt.
Yeah.
And she's done some things, so maybe she is trying to cover it up and move on. But you know, also it's just as possible that
because you get burned on, now you're burning it off. Like, make up your mind. You know what I'm
so,
saying?
There you go.
Do you think she's being honest about the fiance and everything?
No, I bet she was like fucking getting down there to get away from the life that she thought she was going to have, the good life with the orcs.
Yeah, she was a collaborator, and now she regrets it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
that's my guess.
Yeah, just like Malfoy, or just like Lucius.
Yeah.
Arendir had a great. I mean, like his action scenes are always good. The elves' action scenes, they were always pretty epic in the first season.
Mm-hmm.
He came in like a badass. That scene where they went and got the horseback. What happened? What came?
It's the Ents. It's probably the Ents.
Oh, yeah, okay.
We talked about this.
We did talk about it. Sorry.
Cut that.
And the way he's looking up too kind of makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because like I didn't think there was going to be someone on that side of them.
I don't think the troll was going to just...
Yeah, I think the troll is going to be over there too.
Well, I also don't think it's going to get a hold of him and he's going to live.
Yeah, that's a good point.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think I just saw during the trailers that there was some Ents.
Yeah.
There were some Ents.
Yeah.
So. We had Damrod, who was the troll.
Damrod, and he killed
Damrod.
He killed the messenger.
Damrod.
Damrod.
It's a good name.
I mean, like, so did he kill the messenger?
Yeah.
But he showed up.
Yeah.
He just changed his mind, or
he's a cranky ass old troll.
Yeah, I got your messenger. I killed him. But I'm going to join the fight. You know what I mean?
I guess, or maybe he's
you don't shoot the messenger.
Maybe he's not interested in like listening to Adar and taking his orders.
Yeah.
He just wants to know where Sauron is.
Okay.
Like all this stuff. I mean, I get it. You can imagine there's bad blood because of this losses that orcs probably suffered in the First Age when they got their asses whipped.
Yeah.
And the Valar came in and they lost the war.
The Valar,
they're like the gods, the higher echelon, like Mount Olympus.
Okay.
Over there, and I want to say Valhalla. That's obviously not right.
Yeah.
Fucking wherever they're from.
Yeah.
But
okay.
because even what's his name brought it up during the episode. The Valar,
yeah. Did you feel that King Durin kind of like he emotionally walked back what it felt like he was trying to say or feel in the second episode, where he made it like, surely my son knows I was angry, and
yeah. Well, I mean, he's probably not going to be the one to admit it.
Yeah, but he got apologized to, and it looked like he.
Said, so yeah, he's not going to say anything else about it though. He's not going to be like, "I'm sorry too."
I guess I wanted that moment.
That was that moment that he should have had.
Yeah,
he's one of those people that's not going to do it.
Well, I can do that if they do first.
Yeah, but you're not a dwarf. Obviously, the whole idea is that they're so stubborn, and he's even more old. He's even older, and probably grew up even under a more stubborn man.
Yeah.
Than Durin, his son.
Yeah.
Prince is growing up under. So just the fact that they're moving on and he's talking to him, and
yeah, I guess because he walked out without saying anything, I wasn't even sure if he was accepting the apology.
So do you want to tell you anything about how the rings affect the dwarves, or do you rather just see that?
I'd rather see it.
Okay.
I mean, you might have even mentioned it before, but okay, so like
I want to say there's a reason that Sauron did not ensnare any of the dwarf kings.
Okay.
Because he doesn't have any dwarf servants.
There are men who side with him, right?
There's a lot of men.
Yeah.
There are a lot of men that he sends up north to fight the dwarves.
Okay.
And the Iron Hills and all that shit during this war. This war, but the War of the Ring.
Does he ensnare elves?
No.
Okay. So just men.
Men and orcs.
Trees?
No, they don't ensnare the trees.
Okay, I wasn't sure.
Trees are good.
Just no matter what.
Yeah, they're the Ents, man. The Ents are... They really only get involved with Saruman.
Okay. I was going to say, they come in later to help. You figured it'd be some... They might sweeten the pot and say, we'll give you this plot of land
It's
and
a long way for the trees to get there.
Yeah.
They can't get there as fast as these guys on horseback.
They were coming pretty quick in the movie. They're running like that.
Dude, imagine how far they have to go and how much energy they have to expend to get from fucking... I mean, Isengard to Rohan, I mean, they're right there, but...
Yeah. I don't think it's ever been answered for me. I didn't understand, like, okay, you have a ring... I understand Sauron being able to, like, you put the ring on, I have an influence over you. I don't understand why you want the ring. Like, is it like the fucking Captain America's rings? Like, why is it powerful? Like, what?
Are you talking about like what they do for the people that are wearing them?
Yeah, like, I mean,
so
like, I understand the stuff with the fish happened.
I know, yeah, and I don't understand why they showed it that way, other than just have a visual representation that they have some power.
Yeah.
But my understanding of a lot of those rings is the power. And they might each have their own separate power. I can't remember. I think one of them, if not all of them, have the power to preserve things as they are.
Okay.
Which is if you're playing on that here, obviously. Like, your world is decaying, the time of elves is ending, but it doesn't have to. Use these rings, you can preserve your place. You know what I mean? And I'm assuming that they each have 3, more specific powers than that. But
how does
for me to look at it?
How's Celebrimbor? Okay, so it didn't go through Sauron's hands.
Yeah.
And how do the elves' rings do anything? Because it's just mithril mixed with the metals, right?
Well, I mean, there's some whatever mastery afoot.
I'm just wondering, it was like an explanation. Does he have magic
I'm
too?
not an expert on this shit. Okay, I read it years ago when I was in high school.
Yeah.
So.
Well, you remember quite a bit.
I know some, but some of it I'm misremembering, and some of it I'm half remembering.
Celebrimbor, does he have magic as an elf? Like when he makes his.
Well, they have
or is mithril magical in itself?
See, the way Tolkien wrote magic too is very different. He felt, especially with Elvish craft, than how we perceive magic in our modern, in its modern likeness, and especially in entertainment.
Okay.
So it's not meant to be something that's just like, boom, and you're doing like Harry Potter shit.
Yeah, I guess
it's more like there's like a mystery, there's a finesse to it.
Well, I'm wondering what he says to his father to convince him, like, this shit will help us. Like, what did you see the rings do? What did they,
what do they do? Well, they make the rocks go up. What are we supposed to do with them?
They levitated?
Tell me everything.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
I don't, with the dwarves, I know how it affects them. I don't know exactly what they were meant to do, other than maybe expand on their own. They're already, like, how good they are already, it just makes them that much better.
Okay.
And I would have to assume it was maybe how it was with the Elvish rings. And I'm sure someone's going to write in there in the lore in the comments. You just have to read it there.
If you're going to get these things and you're going to make these claims that, like, it's going to help this much.
Yeah, because the rings of power, the rings that are given to men, I mean, that shit can grant invisibility and shit like that. And
okay.
I don't remember exactly. I feel like they wouldn't. Like, what the hell are you going to... You're going to see, like, just a bunch of robes walking around.
Well, you just get naked like Huey does. And...
Well, the presence of all your men, though. Like, you wouldn't want to, like, just wear it around your neck and just count on being able to put it on.
Yeah.
I wonder, though, if maybe, like, over time, men withered away into invisibility, into wraiths.
Okay.
But, obviously, the One Ring... And maybe that's the one that grants invisibility to its bearers.
They put you in the freaking...
In the Wraith world.
I was going to say, like, what's it called?
Oh, yeah, the Phantom.
That's the Phantom Realm. Put you in the Phantom Realm.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't make Sauron invisible, because he can command the ring. I mean, I doubt it made him, like, every time he's wearing that, talking to the orcs.
I get so much more interested.
Where is he?
I'm so much more interested in watching his movies again and reading the book sometime when we talk about it. I was going to say this earlier. I literally veered off because I have ADHD. I know the show... didn't intend for us to think this way about it that deeply. The idea that elves' memories they do not dim. Is that book accurate?
Pretty sure.
The idea that does trauma not dim? Does pain not dim? Does
a lot of their songs and a lot of things you hear from them in Lord of the Rings is sorrowful. There's a lot of mourning.
Well, because that was the truth. I mean,
but you think though the two it goes both ways.
Does happiness never?
They might remember that pretty keenly.
Because I feel like so many bad things accumulating is worse than so many good things accumulating.
When you came to Middle Earth, all they really had for the most part is pain.
Yeah, you just figured like their minds would break because pain just accumulates to the point where it just fucking breaks you.
Well, they find ways to forget about
like making their jewelry and stuff,
making their crafts and drinking mead and making merriment.
You're just thinking of the things that make you forget about it.
Well, they only did so much for so long, and then, here I am without it. Yeah. But either way, they do that.
Yeah.
There's Elvish wine, there's Elvish ale.
And the wine's supposed to be really good too, right?
Probably it has to get them feeling intoxicated, and people are hardier than.
Oh yeah, because the dwarf.
They made it into the movie, yeah.
Okay, that was funny. And one more thing, actually, it was pretty deep. It actually was very fucking sad. Theodor's mom died saving him, and he fucking never told anyone.
Yeah, he just told everybody she drowned because he couldn't just admit. Oh, I mean, fucking his Elendil. Lost his son, now his daughter's turning on him. Everything that he believes in.
I thought he was going to go, what did he yell? Stop!
He said, silence!
Did he walk over and slap her?
Yeah, no, he couldn't touch, he touched the Palantir.
And why did I do that to him?
I don't know, because I don't recall it ever doing that to anybody else. I remember Pippin grabbing a hold of it, but that's by that time, Sauron had
he's part elf
2 or 3 of them. So
it is Elvish. Shit. Never mind.
And so Sauron had 2 or 3 of them by that point. I think they have elf in their bloodline. I'm not saying they're like half elvish. Not every person in Numenor.
Okay.
You know what I mean? There's blood in their lineage.
Okay.
Either way, by that time you see Pippin.
Yeah.
Get a hold of it. Sauron has 2 or 3 of those fucking things.
Yeah.
He directly was in the presence of Sauron through the Palantir. Another proof that Sauron had a physical manifestation because he had like 9 fingers in there. It's like, why would the man, this being that's so obsessed with his own power and prowess, manifest himself to someone to intimidate them and not have all his fingers? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay.
He's like scarred, like mentally scarred by it.
That's
so
the
now,
thing.
Now he can't manifest it because he always remembers that it's gone.
Maybe I think Bill the Butcher would do that though. If he came back,
Sauron wouldn't. There's no honor in him.
Yeah, you're right.
You know what I mean? Bill the Butcher at least believes in his own sense of honor.
Yeah.
And Sauron's a demon, literally a demon.
Okay. He's like a demon, and Morgoth was like the devil, right?
Yeah.
But
he's more like a fallen. Because Sauron's literally like a. You have the wizards, Gandalf, Saruman, and all that. Well, he's the same order that they came from when they were in the other world.
Yeah.
And he studied actually closely under, I can't remember his name. I don't know. It's right there in my head, but I'm not sure how to pronounce it.
Yeah.
Eowyn, something like that. I don't know. He's the one that made the dwarves. And then had to get the blessings from the big guy.
Okay.
The big god of this world.
Sometimes the way I remember him in Lord of the Rings, and then the way he's described, like at one time he's taken prisoner, and he's killed by 2 men that are the top of their class.
One's a man, there's a Numenorian.
But then
not just a man, but he's a Numenorian.
Yeah, and then the idea that he ever studied anything.
Elf.
Can you think of Palpatine studying anything?
Yeah.
I guess I can't. I can't think of him.
He's always one of those monk robes.
I can't think of anything doing any of the hobbies though. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, well, Sauron,
Yeah, so I tell you, one of my favorite scenes actually. At first, I thought this what you thought at first. I think we were thinking the same thing, that it looked like he was being a little pushy. But the way he lied, like the
way he convinced Celebrimbor.
At first, I kept, why is he telling? He doesn't need to tell him that much because it's just going to make him doubt. Like, well, maybe we shouldn't do this. But no, he did it to make him think it's his idea.
He played his strings, man.
Yeah, I just thought it was
found the right strings. He plucked them. So he plucked his pride.
I mean, yeah, I think sometimes
he knew how to get to the artist.
Yeah, yeah. So sometimes I think movies and shows do things like that. Especially I'm watching CW. I like it a lot. It's called The 100. I like it a lot, but it's like amateurish kind of. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's just like, oh, okay, he's lying to him and he's sweetening him up. But it wouldn't work, but what he's saying wouldn't work on a real person. Like, I felt like that would fucking work. Like, it was done well. It was done well enough to be convincing in like a 2-minute period.
Yeah.
Because you said Celebrimbor's kind of like the lord of that area?
Yeah, it's kind of his fief.
Okay. Like, if Celebrimbor died, like, would he be one of the guys, his name would be thrown in the hat? Celebrimbor.
Yeah, if Celebrimbor died, would Celebrimbor's name be thrown in the hat?
Yeah, Gil-galad died.
What are you
if
talking
Gil-galad died,
yeah.
Is Celebrimbor, like, is he one of the top 5 people?
I'm not sure how they select their kings.
Okay.
I just have to assume that maybe Gil-galad has some lineage there, maybe selected under him.
Okay.
And these others were awarded their areas or had certain, had earned their reputation by other means or crafts.
It's interesting because I'm watching, Game of Thrones. I've seen other shows like that too. Like when you disobey your king, like you can get straight up. Like if you don't honor your word, or if they go to war and you decide, hey, I'm not going to war with you, you can just get killed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, it's like the fief in Shogun.
Yeah. The same thing. Yeah. So Shogun also.
Let's talk about that today too.
So sometimes, like when Celebrimbor said that, I was like, oh, that's not good. But from what I've seen of the elves, they're not so heavy-fisted with like punishing someone who
Well, he's also lying to him.
Yeah.
And he's saying, hey, I'm going to close up shop and we'll be there soon.
Yeah, I'd be afraid to lie to him if I thought I was going to like get flayed. You know.
I mean, I guess if the proof might be in the pudding in his mind.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if he believes so much in the work,
yeah,
he thinks that this gets done and it's done right.
It justifies it.
And it justifies everything.
Yeah.
One thing I do want to bring up, the orc baby.
I didn't even see
Do we need orc babies?
Then you say, isn't in the movie they're created like in the dirt?
That is like a fast way to just show that these things are being brought up out of these sacks in the mud. But in the book, it just talks about how Saruman basically, interbred orcs with women, made the Uruk-hai.
Yeah, I mean, which
is even worse than just bringing up in these maggot pits.
Yeah, I guess does the book?
It looks really cool in the movie, though.
Yeah, so I like it in the movie.
Yeah, the rule are cool. I mean, we don't want to show a bunch of PG-13 movies and these women getting raped and like these horribly ugly,
Yeah.
things that deserve no.
Well, that
humanity.
orc beside that orc looked like a woman.
Yeah,
like a
yeah,
woman orc.
it's a baby.
Okay, so I'm just, does that happen in the books? Like, do they breed in the books?
Well, yeah, they breed. Doesn't talk about their family lives. They just breed. The only time, and I was talking to our editor about this earlier, that it comes to mind about any kind of family ties that are in any way meaningful to an orc.
Yeah.
Are when Azog, I think, was one of the ancestors of Thorin and his company in The Hobbit. Thorin's the lead elf that's over the throne there under the mountain. His ancestor had killed Azog, or his dad killed Azog, or whatever. So Bolg, who is the son of Azog, wants to kill Thorin because of what happened to his father. So you don't really see a lot of like touching, like, oh, who's the baby? And there's like, it's hissing like a fucking cat in there.
Yeah,
so I just don't need that in my orcs. And I get that people like they want to humanize everything. I heard that was a big deal in The Last of Us 2. I know somebody other than you that's played the game, and they mentioned like a complaint of theirs was that they were trying to humanize a lot of the villains in the game.
Well, it didn't bother me humanizing them because they're humans. It bothered me because I felt like they're trying to make me feel bad for them.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm getting. When I say humanizing, I guess I should make I should differentiate because I do really enjoy it the way I got it in Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. And
but the evils in that are just evil.
I know, but the villains are very human. Other than with a few exceptions.
Yeah.
But Wrath is a very human character.
Yeah.
Lust is kind of short-lived. You don't get a lot from her. And the same with Gluttony. He's pretty simple.
I guess I wouldn't want a whole episode dedicated to it. I didn't mind them being in a background. I didn't notice it until...
Well, they brought it in there for a reason.
Until you said, like, well, they eat the baby. I'm like, oh, it's a baby. Okay. And I kind of forgot about it.
Well, my point, though, is that they're trying to show Adar is looking out for his people.
I mean,
his people have been oppressed. His people have been misled. His people don't want to be enthralled by Sauron again.
I think
Sauron's evil to everybody, even the orcs.
I mean, it didn't bother me, but if I was a book reader and the book made it clear that it was like they didn't have any kind of culture or...
Well, they do, but usually it's just nasty and it's mean.
Yeah.
It's nasty and it's mean-spirited.
But even the pagans take care of their kids. That's how I kind of look at it, like mammals.
Well, I'm sure they do, because obviously more orcs just raise up and they want to kill some more people.
Like puppies and kittens, they'll care for their young to a certain point. I think I'd imagine if... I guess I literally thought they were just born in the dirt,
Dirt people.
Because they...
Dirty people.
Yeah, so if they had... I don't want to... See, like Last of Us 2, I don't want to see the side of the person that killed my favorite character. I know that they have a culture. I just don't want to see it. Like with the orcs, I kind of feel the same way. But if that's all they show, it wouldn't bother me.
I guess I don't know why you have to do it.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, yeah, it could just be just like that I just seen with Sauron deceiving Celebrimbor. That it can just come and go. It's not really that big of a deal.
Yeah.
They've obviously made it a point though in this show, especially this season.
Well, yeah, probably
to
just
show that Adar is looking out for his people.
I think it gives more weight to Adar's storyline if you feel like he's protecting a people in a culture, not just a bunch of soldiers who are shitty.
Well, I get that.
Yeah.
But
I'm not saying I like it a lot.
It's just
it's
not selling well.
I'm saying it makes sense to me.
That's what I'm saying. It's not selling well because he's the only one there that seems like you could relate to anything. Because the rest of them are just like
I agree too.
Murderous.
But because if they didn't have him though, then there'd be no face. They wouldn't have a face I would care about. Like I wouldn't have. Like,
I don't care about them now, even with his face there. So
me either. But I just
care about what his story.
I think that's what they're trying to do.
They can try all they want.
I'm not saying it's.
I'm just saying it's not selling.
I'm not saying,
all I'm saying.
It's not selling to me, but I don't hate it or anything. I could take it or leave it.
Well, I mean, eventually we know they're going to just turn into some orcs that work for Sauron anyway.
Yeah, so it's kind of
the end game.
Yeah, it's kind of like the
end result, I should say.
Yeah. No, but, yeah. It's kind of a moot point almost.
It is. I mean, he has to.
Because all we're going to see is the failure of Adar, anyways, right?
Something's going to happen now. Whether or not he's going to be drawn in and killed, and then Sauron's just going to step in and say, "Hey, he died, but I'm here to take his place."
What I'm curious about is, I guess in Lord of the Rings, I was wondering, we constantly see their foot soldiers, but if they have any kind of culture, like where is that stronghold at? Like,
the only thing you get really is what the King of the Goblins and the Hobbit.
Yeah.
And
I mean, I don't remember anything about the Hobbit.
Captains
Okay.
But you never see orc kings.
Okay.
Really. The only other thing I'll say is the eagle showing up and then our Pharazôn, or well, just Pharazôn right now, taking advantage of that. To me, it's like, why the fuck is the eagle even there?
Because they come to coronations sometimes.
Well, the thing, oh, did you hear about so-and-so's coronation today? Yeah, I better get over there. He
Yeah.
flies over there, and then Pharazôn's doing his thing. The eagle's like, what the fuck's going on here?
That's my chance.
So,
I mean, does that happen in the book ever?
It doesn't talk about that. I mean, I think that what happens is eventually, because there's a line of kings.
Okay.
And our Pharazôn eventually is the mightiest of them.
Okay.
And they're kings that are...
So the blind queen is definitely getting pushed out at some point.
Yeah, she wasn't there in the book anyway, that I recall. And she may have been, and maybe her name was in there.
Okay.
Maybe they talked about her, but they really didn't focus a lot on her that I recall.
Okay.
But when Pharazôn...
He's so mighty. He seems so shitty
Pharazôn,
right
when he
now.
takes over, is the height of Numenor's power. That's how it was written. I remember that. Because when he shows up to take on Sauron, because Sauron's saying he's Lord of the Earth at this point,
Yeah.
Sauron doesn't even try to fight him. Because he just knows there's no fucking way I'm going to win.
It's just crazy. It's just an island. It's just...
Well, obviously at this point, they have to be...
Yeah.
It must be a big enough island. They're not really
Maybe
showcasing
the orcs
the
are
size.
like the freaking...
They're showing you a city. They're not showcasing maybe the size of the civilization.
I thought the orcs are like the Kalasar. Like they don't like travel across the ocean.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, maybe,
They
yeah.
can't sail, man. They're dumb. It seems a little ham-fisted for that eagle.
I like the eagle. I don't know a bunch about the stuff.
I mean, just how it just showed up. And I get that there was also truly on an auspicious day if it shows up.
I thought it was going to reaffirm her rule, but he just took advantage of it. That's why I didn't like. Yeah,
I know, but my point is the eagle. The eagle's smart enough. It probably should fucking know. Unless it literally, and I don't recall because it may not be able to like understand, language like most languages.
Okay.
Maybe there's a certain language you got to talk to speak to a fucking eagle. I think in the Hobbit there's a.
It might have been Eric who told me that because I kept saying why the fucking the eagles throw the ring into the damn volcano, and he just said they didn't care, but they are smart. They have a culture, but they're kind of their own thing, and
They
don't-
are.
and they feel like they're better than everyone else. They don't care about everyone else.
Well, they're definitely aloof.
Okay.
They're very aloof, and Gandalf has been able to,
Yeah.
get them to play ball. So they have the Battle of Five Armies. They show up.
What's that?
That's in the Hobbit.
Okay.
It's at the final battle there. When
Well, fucking they would have showed up to throw the damn ring in the
small
volcano.
guys.
I haven't seen. I only know anything about that.
Well, anyway, yeah, I don't know if there's ever been a convincing argument about why the fuck didn't they just get the Eagles to do it, other than you wouldn't have the books.
So that's fine. I don't. Yeah.
And there might be a good argument for it, and I just don't know it because they fucking eagle shows up.
He was fairly convinced.
The eagle shows up to help Gandalf when he gets captured and is held prisoner in Isengard.
Yeah.
And they show up to help get the fucking hobbits off the mountain.
Yeah.
After they
Not the
destroy
ring,
the ring
in the top of the mountain. Yeah.
Yeah, but they didn't show up to give him a.
Well, he was convincing when he told me. I just can't remember everything he said.
Well, I'm sure he was. But
it's funny enough. It gave us a long conversation.
It did.
It wasn't my favorite of the three, but it was by no means bad. And I think these 3 episodes are still. And I like that first season a lot. And it gave me some beautiful scenery and some amazing moments. I love those last couple episodes.
Mm-hmm.
I love Arendir. But yeah, these first 3 episodes to me were awesome.
They're really good.
They're cool.
Solid episode.
Yeah. Yeah. I got nothing else about it. I just liked it a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. So guys, we'll see you in the next one. Maybe not. Maybe Tom will be in the next one. He's keeping up with this so he can try to be in one. Because he loves Lord of the Rings as well. So maybe he'll be in the next one. If not, it'll just be us 2. That's fine. It's good enough. See you next time.